Hey guys, Dirk here, Freedom Lifestyles Academy. Today we're going to talk about Jarvee. This is a Jarvee tutorial and the best settings for beginning. It's especially Jarvee Instagram. And if you're here for the first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that and tick that bell icon so that you get notified when we upload a new video, and that is almost on a daily basis. And Jarvee and Instagram has been our biggest source of traffic and even for getting leads and sales online. And Jarvee has, wow, it's been amazing, and I want to share with you the exact settings that I'm using. So this is a a Jarvee tutorial, and for beginners, and if you just get started, make sure that you build up slow, and I'm going to show you exactly how, and so that you enjoy your Instagram accounts for the long run. So let me go here. We go to the Microsoft Remote Desktop, and if you do not have Jarvee installed yet, you can always of course get Jarvee. You get a 5-day free trial. Just you find it in the description below this video, and there's also another video, and I'll put it up here, where I talk about how to install Jarvee and on a VPS. Because if you do not have a VPS, if you just put it on your computer, when you close your computer, the automation stops, and you want to have Jarvee run 24 hours per day, because that is really the most effective way. So go watch that video if you have not installed it, and then come back to this video if you already have installed Jarvee on a VPS. Let's continue. So I go here and double click, and I'm here in my back office of Jarvee, and I selected one account to really take you through. So what's happening in here, we have a dashboard. If you go on the top, let's start there. The desktop, the dashboard. I am on the countryside, so the Wi-Fi is a little bit slowly, so I hope everything goes well. But here you can see everything that's going on, and you see that all these are accounts, right? And they are just continue, and in this part you can see if there's an error that will pop up here. But you can also see that in the overview, in the tools, and the social profiles. So you have statistics, and in the statistics you can go over the, you pick an account, you can see what's happening. So there's a lot of happening you see here. And so what's new here, they share their updates. You can contact support. They have an amazing support, by the way. If you run in any issues whatsoever, just send them a message on support. You can have tutorials. Well, there's almost here contact support. On every page you have this button, contact support, and it's very quick and done. So contact support, the notifications, are there updates, are there any notifications? Let me see if I can go there for you. If not, we're just gonna leave it, and we're gonna here. So here there are notifications. Sometimes we run campaigns, and if they run out of posts, boom, they know, you get a notification that is what's happening. So but when we go to social profiles, and go to social profiles, here you can add an account. There is another video where I show you how to connect it with proxies. Go check it out after this, because proxies are very important. Here you can see how many posts there are, how many followers you have, how many followers you gained in the last 24 hours, and depending on what time of the day, if your day just got started, it's probably 0. So you have actions, but the most important, and what I want to take you through, is the tools and the settings. But I just wanted to give you a short overview here, but then it brings us here to the tools. And I want to just dive into it. So you click the account, just click on it. There are other ways to get there by clicking in social profiles on actions. You go to tools, but here we go. You just click here, straight here, and hopefully it brings us to where we want to go. Yes, there we are. So let's start with follow. You see that you have all these tabs and choices here. If you manage tabs, you see that there are even many more tabs to explore. You see you can follow back, and you have delete comments, block followers, and save posts. Those are the three I have not ticked. Because I do not delete comments on automation. You could check it if you want, and if there's comments, I delete that manually. Block followers, hey, that is not something I want to do on automation. If I run into an account and somebody's, you know, spamming me or whatever, then you can block a person manually. And save posts, I don't see a reason why I should save posts. So those are the ones I left out. So make a selection of what you want to do, and then we can dive into the follow. And let me get this way. So follow. What is the we want to go back to follow. So what is the best settings for following that has been working for me tremendously great is if you go to settings, you go to wait between 2 and 5 minutes before every new operation. Really take it slow. When you are now just starting out, then you want to fill out these settings. So 2 and 5, 2 and 5 per operation, right? You do not want to exceed 30 followers per hour, 30 follows per hour. So that adds up to around 720 per day. You can go a little bit higher, but I noticed that with Jarvee and with Instagram now in 2018, it gives errors. It gives phone verifications. It gives stuff like that. So I rather choose for a little bit less, but they're consistent, than going high and then get blocked and losing accounts like that. Okay, so that's why I recommend 30 followers per hour. That has been working great for us. And wait with a delay between 30 and 60 seconds between each follow. And I run it 24 hours a day. But this is something I changed recently, and this avoids all the errors. So one side note, if you just get started, so you just add your account, make sure to put it 2040. And it's 2040. And then you leave it for 2040 for at least a week. Just build it very, very slowly. And by the time when you build it slowly, you'll see that it gives your account, your lifespan of your account will be, be tremendously greater than when you start. If you start really fast, you have such a big chance that you will lose your account. Also, when you start a brand new account, just put your handle and your name in it and a profile picture. Put about 10 images on and then grow it for at least a week on 2040. So 2040, and this will be 00, 2040, and then after a week you add the bio. And I would actually suggest maybe to leave it another week or you add 10 per day. You can fill out 10 and then put here 700 and here 10. And then you grow it for another week, and the next week you put a link in it, and then you can, scale this up to 50, and then put this to 700. Now, what happens automatically? Jarvee will follow 50 people more every single day until it reaches 700 max. So 2040 will eventually be 650, 500. So that will do it on automation. So you do not have to look back for that again. So then by default you will find this, and I'll recommend you to enable automatic follow unfollow, and then stop the tool when reaching 2500, 3000, because following and unfollowing at the same time turn out to be giving me a lot of errors and phone verifications, and that became a daily task of doing that. And if you have phone verification, nothing happens, so your account is stopped anyway. So I was thinking, let's change that, and I really recommend to do this. And you can play around with this number, but I'm doing 2500 to 3000 because that is an amount to follow that I like, that looks reasonable. If you have an account of 10, 20, 30, 50,000 followers and you're only following yourself 2500 to 3000, is reasonable. If you're following 7,000, it just doesn't look sexy, so I would not do that. But you do a combination with this, so enable automatic follow unfollow, and if you go to unfollow, and we go back to that later, you'll see that I did the same. Oop, unfollow, and stop unfollow when you have less than 502,000. So this is what happens. You start to follow, and when you reach you know, the 2,500, 3,500, what was it, around 3,000 followers, it will stop following and automatically switch on unfollow. Then it will unfollow until it reaches between 500 and 1,000. Then it will stop to unfollow and automatically start to follow again. So you will never follow and unfollow again. Unfollow and unfollow at the same time. I hope you get that. Really, really important. I really recommend you to do this. It avoids a lot of errors. It avoids a lot of phone verification and email verification. And in the end, maybe even avoiding being suspended for your account being suspended. So that being said, let me go down. And here you got a lot of filters. These are the filters I recommend you to use. Is skip non-English users. User has a profile picture because well, unless of course you are targeting non-English people, then you could make a decision not to do this. But in the online space, most tier 1 countries are speaking in English countries, so that is those are the countries where, you know, potentially your income is. So that is why I recommended to do only English users. User has a profile picture because a user without a profile picture is, you know, not very active, so that will be a waste of your follow. Here you can play around with course, but I don't know do that. There is a, you know, certain words you could, you know, must contain any user bio, username must contain any of the following words. So things like that, you can just tick it in and then check only bio, check only this Instagram. I've never tested actually, but there could be, you know, check this out. Think of it, be creative, think out of the box. Then, you know, that would. But user has follow ratio, video ratio, has a number of followers in specific range. This could be a very nice one. And I have a lot of accounts. I use this as well. So I would say 2,000, between 0 and 2,000. And I always have to check. I always forget that, sorry. So the followers you have, I would say no more than 2,000 followers. And they are following, well, that is something like 2,500. So why would you do this is because if somebody has 10,000, 20,000 followers, if you follow them, they will not notice. Nothing happen, you know, they won't see it. So you are targeting smaller accounts. Those are people that are, you know, if you follow them, they'll see it. They notify. Even 2,000 may be high, but you know, you want to have some range in that. And yeah, if somebody's already following 7,500, it is crazy as well, and they don't notify. So this is actually perfect settings to do. So I'll leave it on for here. You could do user posts within XD if you want to target really active people on Instagram, but you also have a lot of people that, you know, do not post but love to be on Instagram and just go through it but do not post themselves that much. So that's why I do not tick this one. And the user is not following this account already, so you do not have to target them. I do not follow private users. If you follow a private user, they have to approve your requests, and if you have many of those requests, Jarvee will count it as a follow. So you're expanding your you reach your 7,500 without actually having that. So do not follow private users, and these are optional. Let me scroll a little bit down. Blacklist users. Oh, stop. And so here you can do skip business account. Business account is you could say if you're, you know, it depends on who your target audience is, right? So for example, I have accounts where I target multi-level marketing people that are in multi-level marketing that want to learn how to, you know, market their business without chasing friends and family. So obviously, big chance that they created a business account. So you could skip that or only follow them, or you know, maybe they did not create a business account, but they have a website on it, you know, they have a link, so you can choose not to, or maybe you do want to follow people without a link. So I do both. It does not matter for me in this case for this account, because sometimes people also just have a link to their Facebook or to their YouTube, or you know, so think about that. Is it for, I have accounts where I do skip them, and I have accounts where I do not skip them. So that is something that you have to think about. Who is your target audience? I mean, this is the most important thing. If you do not know who your target audience is, it's going to be really, really difficult to market on Instagram itself. So, do not follow accounts more than digit in the name. Okay, that does not matter. And this is something what I do, and what gives me a lot of extra results is I like the user's latest post. So when I start to follow someone on, I like their latest post. And so that could be wait between 5 to 10 seconds, but like between, you know, just one post. Make sure that one, it's not zero, that because 0 is unlimited. So you make sure that that is that. I do not do comment on users' latest post. You could do that, but I actually stay away from liking and commenting, and I will tell you why. Because I will tell you later. So comments on users' latest post, I do not do. Send them direct message. I do send them direct messaging. I do it in a different way. I send them a direct message when they follow me. So when they follow back, I'll send them an automated direct messaging, so I can, you know, build up the relation a little bit faster. Mute off user after follow. No, I remove poor quality source. You could do this. This has to do with the follow source. So if you put in a source that you're following, and for, let's say, you know, after 500 followers, the ratio is, you know, after 500 followers, less than 50 people are following you back, it's a bad source, and it will delete it. It could be obvious. I did it, but I just stay updated. I just keep an eye on it and see what happens, to see if my accounts grow in a way. You know, if you go to social profiles or the stats, you can see how fast your accounts are growing, and if certain accounts stay behind, I'll go dive in and check what's going on. So that's what I do. Or go into tools overview and see if you hit your numbers. If it says 700, so okay, let's finish here because we're now here. If you have multiple accounts that you're putting in at the same time, you can and they have all used the same settings, what you can do is order go one account and just do everything, but you have to do it with every tab. You have to do this. You just go to copy settings, and then you can unfortunately this is it. You can copy start, follow status, copy settings. Great. Do not copy source. I mean, this was for something else. You do not want to copy the source, because then you start to follow all the same things, right? So you don't do that. But then if you do this, all your accounts have all the right settings in the right way. So you do not have to do this for every single account. So let's go to oh no, we're not finished here with follow. The follow source. So what do we have in follow source? You can use followers by hashtag. Not a great result. It stays very low. I do not have great results with that. Your account will not grow fast. Follow by username and follow name and bio name. So this is a specific follow by username, full name and bio. So I've never used this one. Use this source to follow users that have in their name. So if people use certain names in their bio, it could be interesting. I've never tested, so feel free to test this. What I have the best results with is follow the followers of certain accounts. So you are have an account, and let's say you have an account in weight loss, for example, or travel. So what other accounts search for bigger accounts that, you know, about maximum 200,000, what kind of, you know, what does that account resonate with you? And if so, you know, the pictures, and then you can think about, okay, if followers of that account resonate with that audience, then it makes sense that they would most likely love your account. So that could be a great account. So that account name you will put in here. And then what you do is you just add the account name without the @ sign, just really, so our limited lifestyle, that will be exactly our limited lifestyle, and then you add account followers. And then it will add to here. And like I said, if you have multiple accounts and you would like to have, let's say, you know, Nomad Lorry, you want to give them more of those, and a little bit less, then you could play around with this. So going lower is less priority, going up, you can even go up, you give it a little bit more priority. In this case, I just leave it like this. So this is what gives me the best results in following. Another one would be follow followers of own followers, so that you know, you will start to follow, or no, I've never used that, it could be, but follow specific users. They, of course, people in a certain location, also less results. But if you have a really targeted account that is local, let's say a local business, maybe you have a restaurant or I don't know, bakery, or you want to reach out to local people, or, you know, people that also use the tag of a certain city where you are, then this could be a very great thing to add. You can also add it, right? Oh, this is interact. So geolocate, and this one, users that interact with posts of target accounts. So then I would only interact with people or follow people that that either like or comment on posts of this account. I tried that. The results stayed very low. It just doesn't grow that fast. I did not have really great results with that, so I switched definitely back to this, and to go through the numbers and reach out to a lot more people. So follow users, specific users, and suggested users. Well, you can always test it out. Do not be afraid of testing things out. You'll see it back in your results. Does it work? It works. If it doesn't work, you switch it off. This, I'm just sharing here what works best for me. So that being said, and then that's it. And your results, you can go here and you'll see your results, but you can see that who you followed, this was your target. Do they follow back? No, not yet. I just recently followed them. So probably if I go back to other pages, this turns into a yes. So what happens next? We go to unfollow. And this is very easy to remember for yourself. Unfollow items after 2 days. I recommend 2 days. So you follow someone, and if they do not follow you back after 2 days, you will be able to unfollow them, right? So wait between 2 and 5 minutes before again 2 and 5, remember. But this is a little bit higher. Unfollow between 6 and 11 items per person with a delay of, I calculated 22 to 54 seconds. Let me see what happens if I do 30-60. It is longer, and what you have is, you see here. So that is the reason why I 1100. So this would be a great, actually. Lower this a little bit. 30. The other one was 30-60. Let's do a 30-54. Important. If you just have a new account, don't start to unfollow. Just grow your account, follow people until you're following, you know, 5,000-6,000 people, and then turn on this enable automatic unfollow, and then unfollow it all the way down again, and then you can do the start of both. But as you see, you are unfollowing a lot more people than you are following. And why is that? Because you want to bring it down as fast as possible and then start to follow again. Because to follow means new eyeballs on your account, right? So that is why I recommend to do that. So wait. If you're a brand new account, wait until you've reached 5,000-6,000 and then bring it down and then both again. So that being said, unfollow between 6 and 11 persons per operations. I want to hit that unfollow 2, 5 and 6, 11, and you see if you play out with this number, this number will change as well. But what you have here, if you have here 500 and you say here 1100, it will never reach 1100 because it's so you make sure that this resonance is congruent with this number here. Enable, so here it's 500 to 1000, right? So that it brings it back when it's between 500 and 1000, it starts to follow again immediately. So now we go a little bit down. Let me see here. We have filters. Unfollow all users followed by Jarvee. If you have an older account, maybe you used follow liker before, or you're brand new, but you are bringing an account with a lot of followers. You have already followers. Maybe your friends or what, so you do not want to unfollow them. Then maybe sure that this is unticked. If you tick this, I do it because I want to unfollow everyone. But if you have friends and family already in an account, you want to have them in there, you keep them in there, make sure that this unticked because that also target users followed from outside. I want to unfollow that all. I do not unfollow unfollow likers, and I do not unfollow commenters because those people are engaging with your account, right? And you do not want to push them away because hey, they are liking and engaging, and Instagram loves when you have engagement. So leave them. I would recommend them. Do not unfollow them. You can leave the rest unticked, and this is it. So again, you can copy settings if you like to all the other accounts, and that's it. So liking you can test. This is not even settings, but I would use the settings again. 2525 2525 3060. I would not. Yeah, they say you can go. You know, I experienced about 700, 800. But I got many. I keep getting errors with liking, and it has to do with and that has to do with proxies. And I will put an article here that I received from Jarvee where it's explained why you can get errors with liking. It's because of the proxies. It's not because of your proxies are wrong, but they're anyway. It's a long story. I don't know how to dive into it, but why it's stopped there because I just got a lot of errors with it, and personally I do not see that big of a difference when I use liking or not. So that is, but if you decide to use liking, I would do 300, 350, and that's it. Just go through that. Do this 2525 and 3060, and then around 350, 300 to 350 you could do max, and that's it. Like users most recent posts, yeah, use like things that that are out there, that are really out there. Skip non-English users again. Skip users without a profile picture. User has a user. I'm not black user. You have skip business accounts, only business accounts. The same what I explained with following, and yeah. So let me go back here. Yeah, I just want to check if I was recording. I can't see that here, so I was just checking. So skip with phone numbers. You can do the mail like only. So this is what you do. Who is your target audience? If you are targeting women, it makes so much sense that you just use this one. Or if you're targeting maybe only guys, dads or whatever, you do that one. If that's not really it's your both male and female, and you have all. So I'm not sure what all is actually, but the difference between both male and female and all, I'm not sure. I think this is also, if somebody does not said it was, if he left that out, male, female, then, you will skip that. But if you do all, you also take those. Here, languages. Hey, if you're targeting French people, make sure that you are hitting French. But if you, by default, it's always on English. So that is great. Then I go a little bit more down. Post filters, I like images and videos, or you can do only images. And you can say, hey, post it within the last, I'll do 5 to 9 days. I will do that. Again, I'm not using liking because I keep getting errors and being blocked from liking. And now in 2018, so you have to be aware that Instagram is always, searching for activity that looks like a bot. And because they don't like that. It's a social media platform. That means that they like social media. They like interaction. They like human behavior. So if it's too much liking, so I turn it off for now. So post, filter post, but do try it, but keep the numbers low and see how that works for you. These are the right settings. Filter post by number of likes. You could do that. So if you liking posts that have 10,000 likes, nobody will notice. But if you bring this lower to, let's say, 100 likes, something like that, everything above you will not like, but you only like, so you have, if you crank this up to, let's say, 9 days, you have several posts to choose from, and every post that has less than 100 likes, you will give a like on, right? Okay. So filter post by number of comments. You could do post caption is empty. Yeah, you don't have to do that. After like, skip, enable like. No. Again, remove poor quality. If there's not a lot of engagement with that, you can remove it. That could be an option to tick it. Automatically, what it does is that Jarvee will mark this one and delete the post. Later on, if you want to try to add that same source again, it will say it's not possible because it's a bad source. It's marked. So what you can do here is like post for followers, like post in feed post. Okay. So you could do, you want to improve your engagement, so you can either like certain hashtags, people that are using that certain hashtag, you can like them. So if it's weight loss or travel, or let's say travel, and somebody used the hashtag I want to be back, or want to go back, remember of their holiday, you could like those posts, and maybe you're promoting something that is travel related, right? So in that audience, you can use the hashtag, or you can like the posts of your followers. So people who are following you, and now you're engaging with them. You're liking their page, liking their pictures. You're following you. You're engaging back. So that improves the engagement overall. Unlike latest feed posts, the posts that come in your feed, you could like that. But I will pick one or two. I would do hashtags and like posts of followers, but this one I would give priority to. So anchor sources, so that would be a source. Again, result. Comments. You could give comments on automation. Again, I have not done this. I would wait 2 and 5. I'm not using comments myself because I feel like it's a bit weird. You're never on the right way, and you're never on the right target. You'll see you'll pick them out. If you go into your account, you get comments and they say cool or thumbs up or I really like your feed, bro, or something like that. It is so like, okay, it's just not real human behavior, right? So, oh, I really like that post, but you do not know what kind of post it is, or awesome car, and maybe it's a flower, so you don't know. But if you decide to do that, and what worked in the past for me is I would say something generic. Hey, I just wanted to something like this. Hey, I just wanted to reach out to you that I really like what you do, and thanks for keep up the work, good work, or thanks for sharing, and stuff like that. That is something where I got the most results with, in the sense of because that is really broad. And you're just reaching out to it. Hey, I'm just reaching out to you to tell you that I really love what you do. And that is it's more human than hey cool, something like that. So I hope so. If you start to use comments, think about and again just test and see how it goes. To start slowly, I would go and even start very low. So let's say 10 to 20 to 40. And just keep it running and see if that goes. If you do not get errors with commenting, then you increase it with 5, and I would say until maximum 80, and then just see what happens. Right? Just see if that goes, and if you do not get it. If you run into errors, I would turn off comments, and I would turn out likes, and only start to unfollow again, and see what happens if your errors stay away, and then add liking. And if that goes well, add commenting as well. And if you get errors a lot, go back to low settings and build up slowly again and see if that works for you. You can also do, tick these. Let's say you're only commenting on Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And if you rotate, these rotates. You have always 3 days that you're not commenting. It could be very helpful. You could also lower this time only in daytime, so because you do not do a lot of commenting, the commenting that you do is in a certain amount of time, so you can play around with that. Commenting on recent posts, users, you could do that. You could comment on the comment on the last 5 posts. Do not go a lot back, just so you're really targeting active users. Again, skip non-English users. User is not following. Skip followers. No, I would not do it. If they're following you, definitely commenting them because you want to increase that engagement. Users. Okay. Again, male, female. It's up to you. Filter comment only on image or videos or both, and they posted within the last, well, I would say 10 days or 5 days, actually, same as there. Last 5 days. Filter post by number of likes. You could do. So if again, my number of likes really high. No, maybe you really want to go low. 100 likes. You're really targeting the small accounts here, and that makes sense. So you could do 100, if you comment, they notice. Again, filter post by number of comments. Again, if they notice, you could do here, you could, only commenting on posts that have 10 other comments. You comment, if there are 2,000 comments, your comment will not be noticed, so. And it's a really, really big account. So, but you're following only smaller accounts, so it makes sense. But you can play around with the numbers here. Just make sure, think in your back of your mind that you want to be noticed. If you do a certain action, you want to be noticed. So that's why I say I recommend to do that. Do not comment the post caption on specific words. So if somebody reads abusive words or something, if you think I've never really could think of that. But you could use this. So what do you want to do after you give a comment? After comment actions, enable dynamic mentions, allow multiple comments on the same posts, delete after I remove. I've never used this. I would go through this and see what it is. I mean, there are so many options that you can choose from in Jarvee that. No, I would stay away from it. It's also possible that that you can use, of course, Jarvee for YouTube. You can use Jarvee for Facebook, Twitter, and maybe for other social media platforms. This is more relative. So that being said, sources. So who are you commenting? Are you commenting on people that using certain hashtags? Specific users, suppose they use bio name, or are you're commenting on your followers' posts? I recommend to use this one actually, and then what are you commenting? So this is what you can use. If you do spin text, you do want to do the same thing. So you open bracket. I don't know if I use this. I always forget how you call that, but look at the sign, and then you say hi, I just wanted to reach out and say I love your stuff. And then you have a sign like this, you know, just and then you could do, I'm just being lazy here, copy, and then I do this, and then paste, and say, I could change this in, hey, I just wanted to say that I love what you do. And then you close it with a bracket like this as well. Now you can check spins. This spin text is valid. So here's a random result. Hi, I just wanted to reach out and say that I love your stuff. Okay, I do it again. Hi, I love your stuff. I do it again. Oh, it should be rotating actually. It should be saying hi, hey. I'm not sure why it's not doing that. Anyway, so what it will do is that first it will send out this one, and then it will send out this one, and this one, and then that one, and then this one, and that one. Spin text is really powerful. You're never sending out the same the message. If you keep sending out the same comment, it just Instagram will notice that as well. So preferably you can even do 3 or 4 options, and this is beginning and end. If you want to do another option, you just first put that sign here and then put another sentence and then use this bracket to close it. Comment less feed post, you could do that. Again, it's the same, but I would use to engage with my followers. So contact, let's go to contact. Contact is, I think, is very powerful. What I'm doing is I extract user, you go to send message to new followers. So when somebody follows you and hit follow, you're sending out a message. So this is what I do. Hi, thanks so much for follow, and thank you for following me. You see that it is spin text as well. I love to hear more about what it is that you do and what made you decide to follow me. I'm not sure which one. So let me remind who we are. So how did we end up working online, making multiple 6 figures online? And this is, I invite them to our story. We created our story. What is our story? Where did we come from? And I send them from there. From there, they go to a bridge video, and from there, I invite them to our Facebook group, or they go to an offer. So this is something, but you can also just say, hi, thank you so much for following me, and ask them a question and start to engage with these people. And the great thing is, what you can do is that you can send out a secondary message. So this is cool. When somebody responds to your, this is auto reply to new messages, but you can send out after 6 to 12 hours, send out another one. And then only if somebody replied. So if somebody replies to you, saying, oh, I just really love your things, I send out a post where I say, hey, thank you so much for getting back. It's not always possible for me to chat here on Instagram. Please reach out to me on Facebook. Send me a personal message, or you could say, hey, that's what I do. I want to invite you to our private community on Facebook, and then I send them the link to our Facebook group, and I can ask them 3 questions in that Facebook group when they wanted to join, and I can interact, and now you have them in your sphere of influence. Very, very powerful. So yeah, I do this, and I also do auto reply to new messages. The same message as a secondary message, but if somebody sends me a message, they get this. Thank you so much for reaching out. Hope you hear from me. It's not always possible for me to chat here on Instagram, but if you like to have more info about what we do, again, here, join our Facebook community here, Facebook groups, Dirk and Muriel. So I invite them to Facebook. So very powerful, because in a Facebook group you can you give so much more value and really interact with people. So reply to all messages. Yeah, I do reply all messages. So then you go to send message, and you want to do. I use this. Wait between 19 and 27 minutes. And then send between 1 to 3 messages per operation with a delay of 30 to 60 seconds, and message a maximum of, wow, this I'm really stretching this, but if you do not, if your account is not growing with at least 100 new people per day, you will not reach it. But it's sending out 60 to 100 messages per day, everything. So if you have, if your account is growing with 100, 150 new people per day, you will reach this number. If it's a lot lower, you will not reach this number. But I've been testing this, and so far so good, no errors. So scale up to 100, easily done. Secondary message, 5 to 30 minutes. One message at the time, 30, 60 again, and then I keep it very low, 10 to 15, because this adds up to this, right? So you do not want to go higher. You can lower this a little bit. You could say, let's say 80, 80, and this you could go, we 20 less, right? So we do 50, we do, oh, this is not possible, 25, you 35, 25, right? Then it adds up, but around 100 direct messaging per day is keep it there. Delete pending message after your pending message. If nothing happens, I delete them after 2 days. So if you're not connected, it keep pending there and nobody's reading, I'm deleting them again. So does not keep a maximum of 500 messages pending list, and that's again. A little bit up, I want to show you this. So I rotate days, and twice a week I'm not sending out direct messaging. This is just, and I'm sending out messaging between 10 p.m. and 2:45 a.m. and 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. So in these times, I'm just testing it. When by default is, again, it's 12 to 11:95. 11:50, 59. What do I recommend? I would just start by default. Yeah, just leave it on default actually, and I would leave it like this and test it. And you could go all day. Actually, I'm going to do it every day again. So I'm not going to rotate days, but I'm just going to do it every single day. Well, these are all your messaging. You don't have to do anything like this. So that's done. So let's go to direct messaging. It's very confusing. If you want to send out direct messaging, it's in contact. If you do direct messaging, you can interact. You do not have to go to your phone on Instagram. You can just go here and go through all the settings. So thanks for your following. God bless. So you could go here, and you could say something like, great to be connected, and just send message. Voila. That is how easy it is. It's very easy to go through all your accounts and keep an eye on your direct messaging. Manage comments, again, same thing. People commenting on your account, on your thing, the days can be really long. So you could go to a message. I'm not sure. Anyway, you can really control your comments here and interact. Delete posts. I do have, sometimes I do have business posts, or certain posts, but I know them specific. I do it manually. You could keep your you could delete your posts that they do not have a lot of engagement. So you could say, I delete posts. Where is that? So again, I'm not using this one, but you could do it. I will do 25, 25, 30, 60, again like this, and maybe delete post. yeah, you do not have that post. You're posting, I would recommend you to post at least once a day. So, you know, you could put it on one and that's it. You're deleting a post a day. Or you could archive instead of deleting it. Delete post with empty caption. It's your own stuff. So delete directly delete post older than 10 days and delete post that has, you know, between, if you want to have posts with at least so many likes, if they have less than those likes, you could delete them. That is what I would do. Delete posts that have engagement less than, does it say? Less than 20% average. So think about that. If you have, on average, all your posts have, you know, 100, maybe 1,000 likes. Let's say 1,000 likes, and now you have posts that have 100 likes. You could say, I delete those posts. If they are less than that, delete posts that have, you know, delete posts that have between 0 and, in that case, you know, 500 likes. Everything above will stay. Everything below 500 likes will be deleted. So then you would choose that. So see what the average is on your accounts. But if you're a brand new account and you do not have that much engagement, I would, you know, stay away from that and just yeah. What I do sometimes is I see, because I do reposting, I sometimes see that, or I use somebody else. I don't really like that. I could go and where is it? Delete posts, right? Yeah, delete posts, delete specific posts. I could go to Instagram, and then I could go here, and let's say I want to delete this one. I click that image, I copy and paste this URL, and I go here, I put it in here, and then it's deleted. So that could be that. Repost. This is great. I run many how this works. I'll put a recommendation up here. Watch this video after this. I'll go dive into all the way how you can use the repost settings on Instagram, because that's it's a long it's going to be too long for that. Watch the other video. You have to set up destination lists and create a campaign. But this is an amazing. This is what automated my whole business. I have 65 Instagram accounts. I post on several, and it reposted on all the other ones. Go check out the other video, and after this video, of course, watch to the end. Users, hashtags. This is a really great tool that you can use. So what you could do is you want to find users that are similar, you know, maybe, I don't know, travel. I don't know a travel account by name now. So I do travel, or I do, you know, family travel. You could do family. So family loves travel. So this is an account of us. It's almost 60,000. I will do check. I'll tick this one, and then you do search for suggested users. It will take a while. Oh, really very fast. So now it will give me similar accounts. Cool, right? So I can do my research here. Who do I want to follow? Great source of, you know, very great source to search. Also for hashtags, hey, I don't know what hashtags to use. I can do travel. This is really big. And then it starts, you want to do travel. I don't know, just for example purpose. And then you have travel, and you want to have at least, let's say, you know, give me 100, because this is something that you can use when you do reposting. You can also do hashtags and automation that it adds hashtags to it. I'll explain in the other video. Oh, not 1,000. And then you do 100, and so you can combine it, and then it takes a few every time, so that changes as well. I'm not going to do that because the hashtags take a long time and then we're stuck. So, but the thing that you do, search related hashtags, you get a whole list like this. You do copy all, and you can I do copy all and you then go to notes and paste it in there. Really helpful. That works is really great. So like, comments, please turn this on because this is very powerful. Let's go up. 2525. Oh, it's good that I noticed. 3060. And all day 50 to 100 I use. So when people comment on your image, you want to give it a like. really just like it, like their comments. And you can go back and manually give them a comment, right? Talk back to them, but you definitely wanted to give it a like, because that tells Instagram that you're really engaging. And so skip non-English comments, because if you can't read them, you can't understand, you can't like them. That's my thing. Do not like your own comments, because that's weird. Filter posts by creation time, they're 48 hours old. After like action reply, you could do that, but it really depends on, you know, what you could do. Something like thanks, or appreciate it, or thumbs up. That is something that you could definitely do. But again, if you do that and you have 20 comments and you do thanks, thumbs up, it's so much the same. So test out. But I would preferably go in and do maybe manually. But this could be actually interesting, and I have to admit, I just really admit that I just ran into this. I have not. But if I think of it, if you give a comment and it's all the same, that looks weird. So test it. Test this out. I'm gonna test this out. So yeah, let me go and if you're testing this out, reply to comments after like. Put it in the comments below and share it with us. I will do that too. I'll start testing this and see what happens. So story viewer. Oh, sorry, guys. Like comments, the results, the source. Make sure to like on post comments. So your comments that you get on your post, those are the comments that you like. Story viewer. Story viewer. I'm not using that. But the idea behind story viewer is that you're watching other people's story that, you know, create more of a human like. So Jarvee will stop everything and starts to view stories of other people. Basically, I would do the same settings here, 2525. I would lower this to maybe 50 to 100. Non-English users, again, user who has profile image, of course, and yeah, that's it. And full browse experience, that is, oh, again, and then story viewer source, you know, if you go here, view stories by hashtag search or from your own following, you could pick one, view specific users, view stories of followers following other accounts. I would just definitely take this one, and or specific hash, but I would go for this one, your own following, because that really engaging with your own following. Full browser experience is that you dive into is, I've not used this. I don't see what the benefit will be for me, is that unless that you really go, I don't know. So I cannot recommend, I cannot tell you anything about this. With this feature, I've not, I think this is more, I don't know. And I'm not sure if this is even applicable for Instagram, if that makes sense. So I would go to manage tabs, if it opens, and I would take this off. Okay. So that being said, let me go back. I think we have everything. Yeah, for the repost, again, go check that the other video, and for proxies as well, go check the other video I did for proxies. And there is also another video for if you run into phone verification, how you can verify easily. It's easily done, and no worries about that. I will recommend the video as well, either here in the video or below in the description. And you know, if you want to know how you can really monetize your Instagram account, and you know, if I just noticed this, how we, you know, have $1,000 days with Instagram, then you know, go check out the link that I recommend here down below in the description, is where you really are being taken by the hand by multiple 6-figure, 7-figure coaches that really takes you, and where you learn the A to Z of marketing, and how to set up your funnels in the right way and do not waste time you know, building your Instagram accounts here and not getting sales. And so that is very, very important. If that is something that you want, then go check out the link below this video. And if not, I really hope that you enjoyed, I hope that you enjoyed this video. and that you now know how the settings work. Make sure to subscribe to our channel here and tick that bell icon so that you get notified. I do updates about Jarvee where I ran into, and I will post them here in on our YouTube channel of the Freedom Lifestyles Academy. So stay tuned. Do not forget to hit those 2 buttons, and I'll see you soon in a different video. Bye guys.